Alright, I've been meaning to do a follow-up video on what I posted about the coming Civil War, but I want to start with a prologue I pulled over. I don't like the in-vehicle video rants too much, but I have a long trip that's going to be kicking my ass for a bit, so I want to take a little break. Nevada, yay, 80, very, very drab, so not much as far as nature-wise to see, just high desert. So I want to start off with a caveat of, you douchebag white supremacists who want to troll my account, suck it. I don't give a crap what you think or what you say. You are scum-sucking pieces of crap. Now, I'm a very compassionate person, and because I am, I do not wish harm upon you the way that you will wish harm upon me, the same way the Marxists have been giving me some threats, especially on Facebook. I've received a few death threats and harm being wished upon me and my family. So I don't give a crap what you say. And if you want to pull your head out of your ass, I prefer that. That is obviously the best thing, because you're just a shitty person if you think that the color of my skin, has any form of allegiance to you or anybody else who may look like me. It doesn't matter. The only tribe I belong to is the tribe of liberty. And anybody who stands with liberty, doesn't matter what they look like, what their religion is, I'm a member of that tribe. We stand together, and we will fight, and we will kick your stupid, bigoted asses. So you can just suck it and shut up and troll somewhere else, because frankly, I don't give a crap what you say. And going back to what I've said before about the coming Civil War, a lot of people have talked about this, and a lot of people, it's been agitated by a lot, especially by the Marxists, because a lot of people aren't familiar with the proletariat and the bourgeoisie and the different phrases that Marxists like to use that they traditionally have been avoiding, because the progressivism, they have to change up their terms periodically to trick you with words, so that way you don't know exactly what they're saying, so they can control language and change things. So that's why things that weren't racist before are now racist. What I love is how referring to someone with a darker complexion used to be normalized as saying a colored person during like segregation, right? Later, that became a racist term. Oh, you can't say someone's colored. Well, now it's become normalized again by the progressive Marxists. Weird, right? So what is up with that, on how terms keep coming in and out of style, and they love playing with language? Notice that. That's one of the biggest things that they do. So it's obnoxious, because there's always a research proletariat or a proletarian revolution. Marxists always have a workers' revolution. They want the workers to unite against the rich. Remember the whole "eat the rich" phrase. And it's been going on for a long time, and there's been dozens of Marxist revolutions around the world. Some have failed. A lot of them have succeeded. The Sandinistas, Cuba. Che Guevara was a Marxist piece of crap. Yet, for some reason, he's a social icon on a shirt. Colin Kaepernick was attempting to sound like he is an intellectual person, complaining about Trump and Hillary at the same time while wearing a Che Guevara shirt, talking about oppression, when Che Guevara was an extremely racist, Marxist, murdering piece of crap. So it's complete hypocrisy and ignorance that keeps progressives really going. But the proletariat workers' revolution is very commonplace. The Sandinistas, the FARC down in Colombia, that's another Marxist revolution. The fighting went on for 50-ish years. There's still a little bit of contention going on, but I can't remember the guru's name. I've seen the video too many times. Shrihi, who helped negotiate treaty. What is this? Okay, stop for a minute because a truck pulled up behind me. Looks like they're just switching drivers. So I don't know if they're going to come try to talk to me to see if I'm okay. But there is a civil war. It's not, right now it is primarily a culture war, and a lot of people are familiar with that, with the culture war that's been going on. Marxists hate our cultures, they hate our traditions, they hate our history, they have to erase everything. That's why they want to rip down the statues, that's why they want to rip down the symbols, that's why they want to rip down the national anthem, and that's why they want to destroy all of our symbols of unity, all of our symbols of tradition, because they have to erase everything in order to rebuild their own utopian garbage system, which has caused the murder of over 100 million people over the last 100 years. So they can suck it, just like you white supremacist douchebags can suck it too. So they don't Marxists and white supremacists don't like me. It's great. I actually thrive on it, and I really don't want bad things to happen to people who have bad ideas. I just want them to figure out that they're wrong, pull their head out of their ass, realize that we are better and stronger working together rather than being divided. And I love how I'm being, and the Jewry crap, shut up with that too. I'm sick of hearing you guys cry about Jews. So it's pretty sad and pathetic that you guys have to constantly whine and cry about Jews. Oh, Jews are controlling everything. Yeah, there's some rich Jews. Yeah, there's some corrupt Jews. There's corrupt people in every group. There's a lot of good Jews out there too. There's a lot of bad people, a lot of good people in the world. It's called statistics. It's going to happen. So keep looking for your scapegoat, because you're just weak and you need a scapegoat, and you need the politics of division, which is what the Marxists rely on. That you want to say, I'm spewing Marxist propaganda because I want people to work together. Yet I oppose class warfare, I oppose racial warfare, I oppose identity politics, which is exactly what you stupid scumbag white supremacists do. And if there is a civil war, you're more than welcome to come find me, and I will leave your carcass to rot. I won't even put you in a shallow grave. So, and there's millions of combat veterans like me who will be more than happy to leave your carcasses to rot and not even give you a proper burial. Because if that's what you really, really want to do, we will defend ourselves. And we're not going to be the aggressors. Because we believe in protecting people, defending the Constitution, defending liberty. We believe in equal rights. And we do not care about your opinions of the Founding Fathers. We do not care about your opinions of worrying about the lineage of what the color of your grandkid's skin is going to look like. Don't care. People change. People change. I have people in my family who are black. Guess what? They're my family. And I don't care. I love them. They're my family. So it's not a big deal for me. If it's a big deal for you, that's your problem. You can deal with that. So I'll be with whoever I want to be with based on those reasons. So I don't exclude for that. And it also goes for my family and my adopted family through my friends and my kinship. So although I also hear that because of some of the death threats I've been getting, especially from the Marxists, it's from the beard envy, especially since it glows nice and bright in the sun. But moving on, we can stop a civil war primarily by not participating in it, especially when all of these Antifa pukes show up and they want to start rioting and doing all their stupid crap, like if they claim that they want to on November 4th. How are you going to start a civil war if no one's there to kill your dumbasses? Law enforcement will have to deal with you. It's the same thing. That's why it's been taking such a long time. All of the riots that have been allowed to occur, like in Baltimore and Ferguson, just stand back and let them destroy stuff. So let them get it out of their system. Wrong answer. What you do is you take examples like the Korean business owners in the LA riots. You defend your property. You defend your people. You defend your lives. You defend your family. And the Korean business owners, they shot back and their businesses weren't burned. There's videos on it. LAPD just stood back and just let the riots happen, and a lot of businesses were destroyed, millions of dollars of damages. But for some reason, the people who stood up and defended their property, they still had their property. And primarily, that's the easiest way to defeat a civil war, is you just defend yourselves and you defend your property. You don't show up in order to challenge them, in order to cause the division. That's planned. They want that. They want to antagonize us into action, so that way they can use the violence of government to seek us out, to arrest us, to impose further laws, gun control, in order to criminalize us and to make us, just to subjugate us, which is what constantly happens. Oh, we got to use bump fire. We got to ban bump fire stocks. Bump fire stocks are pieces of crap. They're a gimmick. You can go waste some money every once in a while, and then it's fun. It's inaccurate as crap. The Las Vegas shooting, there was a 30 caliber belt-fed machine gun. Any trained machine gunner can hear the bullet report, and they can also hear the cyclic rate, and they know it's a machine gun. And some people want to cry about, oh, well, there was at least 100 rounds fired. If we wanted to go off the official narrative, there are pictures of surefire 100 round magazines, supposedly in the Mandalay Bay. Those exist. They're not a large or long banana clip, as I've seen someone comment. They are a 100 round magazines. They exist. There are also what exists, which were not included in the Mandalay Bay pictures, are things called beta mags. Beta mags can come in 60 rounds. They're drums, 60 rounds, 90 rounds, 100 rounds. So an AR-15 can fire up to 100 rounds at a sustained rate of fire, depending on the way that it's set up with it's customized and with its features, whether you have a binary trigger group or a bump fire stock. Some people can they can waste enough ammo to where they can get proficient with it, to where they can burn through 100 rounds in one sustained burst. It's not a good idea. It heats up your weapon. It's crap. But still, you're not going to have that type of cyclic rate and rapport from an AR-15 that's going to sound like either an M60 or a 240 machine gun. It's not going to happen. So that's all a bunch of crap. But the mechanics of 100 round magazines does exist for AR-15s. I had a 60 round Surefire magazine in Afghanistan. It was a piece of shit. I got rid of it because I took it out on one mission. I'm glad I didn't have to engage with it, because the moon dust just jammed that piece of crap up and I couldn't even get it to feed or cycle. So I don't trust Surefire mags at all. And if anybody wants to say otherwise, maybe it's more of a controlled environment, but moon dust in Afghanistan gets in a lot of stuff. So that's what I have to say to update about the whole Vegas shooting, because the official story is complete crap. And if anybody's buying the official story, you're either a sucker or you're just really naive, or you're a liar. And if you're in the government and you're pushing it and you're familiar with machine guns, then you're just a liar, and there's problems. So I like to believe that skepticism is healthy. It's definitely something that helped found our union, especially with our secession from the crown, and not trusting government in general. I spent 17 years in the military. I don't trust government because I've been in it and I know how it operates. There's a lot of backstabbing political crap that people do to game their careers in order to get up the next rung of the ladder. So we comment, or it's pretty well known that certain people in the military, and I'm using Army phrases for anybody who's a different branch, deal with it, officer evaluation report or non-commissioned officer evaluation report are the way that they're written, their summary narratives or their bullet points. Certain NCOs or officers are always chasing after a bullet point or an award for their evaluation so they can get the promotion. And there's a lot of backstabbing that happens in the military because of that, and a lot of neglect. And that's one thing that really burned me out, is because I really believe in soldier care. And that's also one reason why you white supremacists can suck it, because soldier care is people care. And I care about people and I care about soldiers. When we're on the same side, it doesn't matter what we look like. So suck it. And I know I keep interjecting that just because I've been getting a few of you scumbags writing me. And you know what? I will love you to the end. I will give you so much tough love if you decide to get froggy and fight, that I will tough love you into the dirt and like leave your carcass to rot. Sounds fun, right? So change your ways or just stay away from people like me, and you'll be fine. So going back to the Civil War, we have a lot of different options. Primarily, we can engage people in civil discourse. We can engage people in uncivil discourse. I am a proponent of both. I'm less of a fan of civil discourse because I believe it's a form of censorship. And when you allow people to control the narrative by saying, oh, you're just using ad hominem because you're calling me a commie or a pinko. Quite frankly, pinko is a fantastic word. We should bring it back because it's also hilarious. But if you're a grown-ass adult, you can have a conversation with expletives and you can still get to the crux of the argument or the discussion and grow up. Have the discussion, have the argument, swear at each other. Maybe you both come off too brash and you become friends at the end of it. If you're both grown up, you can start over, have a fresh conversation. But if you're, oh, I know exactly what you're like because you came out and said I'm a dumbass commie, blah, 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 and I know exactly, yeah, the more you say, the more you quantify my preconceived notion of you, all this pseudo-intellectual bull crap. I can call you a dumbass. You can call me a dumbass. We can still converse, even if we're not being nice to each other. If you're afraid to engage in conversation because someone was not nice to you, you are weak. Your argument is weak. And nobody should be listening to you or following you. And quite frankly, I'm all right with people want to be rough and tough with each other with their words. Go for it. Have at it. Because, like I said, I do say this in a lot of videos, and I will continue to say love each other, even if it's tough love. I'm going to be straight up and tell you Marxism, social democracy, democratic socialism, it's all bullshit. If you believe in taking other people's property and redistributing it, you're a socialist. That's a principle of Marxism. If you just want to say it's just a welfare state or it's a big safety net, there's one thing as far as having a safety net as a last resort. There's another thing about actually having charity and caring for people. You cannot care for people with other people's money. If you truly care about people, you will donate your own time, you will donate your own money, you will donate your own property. You will do whatever you can to help people, regardless of obstacles or institutional services that are available. You'll find a way, you'll do it. So you cannot be charitable with my money. I can be charitable with my money. I am charitable with my money. I like helping people. And I may not be as good as I should or want to be because of certain situations, but I do give to charity every single month. And where I give to charity is none of your damn business. Who I give charity to is none of your damn business. But I do affect especially one young life, and I'm very proud to do that. And we're all better when we do things of our own volition. And when we freely give, it means more, it's more effective, and quite frankly, it's selfless. And selflessness is far more virtuous than virtue signaling and crying, saying, oh, well, the poor need all this, they need help because they're disenfranchised. Well, stop giving people handouts and give them hand-ups. It's not... It's what pisses me off about progressives and Marxists is the virtue signaling and the utter lie that people have to be given stolen property in order for them to survive. Making people completely dependent upon generational welfare does not help anybody except the ones selling the votes, which is exactly what happens, which is exactly what the progressive Marxists do by peddling all of this welfare. California is proud that, what, 1/3 of the population of 40 million people, 1/3 of 40 million people are on Medicaid. That's a welfare health insurance. Technically it's Medi-Cal, but it's Medicaid funds from the federal government, facilitated through California Medi-Cal. They're proud that 1/3 of 40 million people are on welfare. That's socialism. That is not anything to be proud of. Having people have true free market competition to be able to purchase their own goods and services is something to be proud of. Giving people opportunity is something to be proud of. Giving people liberty is something to be proud of. Not this crap of stealing property and giving it away. And I'm not going to be nice to Pinkos when they want to steal my property or steal other people's property and just give it away. And there is a place for government. There's a purpose for national defense and other services and other things. Primarily it's for the defense of the people and defense of the union from existential threats. But if we want to have a safety net, okay, there's a safety net. People slip through the cracks. But we should primarily be doing it ourselves and primarily helping take care of each other. So, and that's one thing that we can keep pushing to avoid a hot civil war, is by taking care of each other, is by proving the Marxists that their ideas are crap, that their ideas are tainted, that their ideas actually do more harm than the good they supposedly do. It's really easy to feel good about doing something for someone by voting for other people's money rather than going out and actually doing good for other people. So, could you imagine the amount of effort and that would if these commies would spend that money and time that they put into campaigns, into selling votes, shush truck, into charity, and into actually doing good works? Could you imagine how much more that would benefit the society than what they do? It's insane. But we can control it, we can stop it. We don't have to engage with them. If they get incredibly stupid, we defend ourselves no different than any other common criminal breaching into our home or assaulting us on the street. You protect yourselves, protect your family, you protect those around you, even strangers. Stick up for each other. So, my truck's telling me it's time to get back on the road. Actually, no, I just have a loose wire in my dash. But that's all I've got to say for now. I'll upload this as I get back going, and be good to each other. For those of you who don't like me because of what I say, I don't give a crap. And for anybody who likes me, if you want to share it, go for it. I don't mind. Comment. Definitely write me. I'll engage. I'm more than happy to write. I will not remove comments. No matter how disgusting you white supremacist piece of craps are, I'm not going to remove your comments because I believe in freedom of speech. I want you to expose how disgusting you are. And yeah, I'll engage with you. I don't want to. I think you should go somewhere else to spread your filth. But I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to turn off the comments. I'm not going to remove your comments. And I don't support you at all, and that's not an endorsement of anything you say. But just like if a Pinko wants to show up and start ranting and arguing with me too, I'll engage with them too. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to censor anybody, because anybody who wants to censor the opposition is weak. So take care, be good, love each other, and don't be fooled and don't be divided. The United States of America is the biggest and baddest tribe on the planet. And our tribe does not depend on the color of our skin or the political party we're in. And when we stand for liberty and we stand for equal rights and unalienable rights, we're all together. And when we're all together on those things, nothing can stop us, because we're the biggest and baddest fighting force that the world has ever known and ever will know, especially as long as we stick together. All right? Take care.